In this lesson, we're going to convert temperatures between Celsius and Kelvin, and we'll also look at converting between Celsius and Fahrenheit. There are three temperature scales which are frequently used: Fahrenheit, which is used in the US for temperature; Celsius, which is used in mainly the rest of the world for temperature and also in science; and then Kelvin, which is used heavily in sciences. The temperature scale here shows the boiling point and freezing points of water. And note that you don't have to memorize these values. This is just there to help you get some perspective on the values and scale of each temperature scale. Notice that when we talk about Fahrenheit and Celsius, we call them degrees Fahrenheit and degrees Celsius. We do not do that with Kelvin because it is an absolute temperature scale. Notice that absolute zero is 0 Kelvin, while degrees Celsius and degrees Fahrenheit have negative values. Kelvin cannot. This is the lowest possible temperature that we can have. At that point, all molecular motion, no matter how small, is stopped. Is negative 25 Kelvin an accurate temperature? And the answer to that is no. 0 Kelvin is the lowest possible temperature. We cannot have any negative Kelvin values, but we can have negative Fahrenheit and negative Celsius values. Let's look at the equation to convert between Celsius and Fahrenheit. And this equation can be used no matter which one you have, as long as you plug the known value into the appropriate place. So we have the temperature in Celsius equal to the temperature in Fahrenheit minus 32 times 5/9. Make sure you do this step first so that you get the correct value when you're doing the calculation. Remember our order of operations, anything in parentheses needs to be done first. Let's look at an example. A patient reported a temperature of 101 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the temperature in degrees Celsius? So we have our equation. We know our temperature in Fahrenheit, so we're going to plug that into our equation so we can solve for degrees Celsius. So temperature degrees Celsius equals 101 minus 32 in parentheses times 5/9. Then we get 69 times 5/9, and finally get to 38 degrees Celsius. We can also use this equation if we knew the Celsius to convert to Fahrenheit, but in that case we would substitute the value in for degrees Celsius, and we'd have to manipulate the equation to solve for Fahrenheit. Now we'll look at the equation to convert between Celsius and Kelvin, and notice this is a much simpler formula. We're merely adding 273.15 to the temperature in Celsius to find the temperature in Kelvin. So less calculations, much easier to do. We're just shifting the scale. So what is the temperature in degrees Celsius of liquid nitrogen at 77 Kelvin? So I need my equation. The temperature in Kelvin equals the temperature in degrees Celsius plus 273.15. I plug in the 77 Kelvin into my equation because it's the temperature in Kelvin. Now I need to rearrange this to solve for the temperature in Celsius. So I need to subtract 273.15 from each side. And I get minus 196 equals the temperature in Celsius.